Hello everybody, Nell here from the Four Corners, and welcome to part 2 in our Season 16 build series. We're at that point where we don't have to completely imagine a story and base our builds off of that, but we actually have a proper set list and we can make our creations on that set list. This here is based off of Lloyd's racing car EVO. Now that set is supposed to be a remake of the 2018 Nightcrawler, but here I have used my own imagination and kind of visualized what this car would look like if it was a proper Season 16 set instead of a remake from the past. It kind of does carry over a few traits from the Nightcrawler, but it's mainly its own thing. So let's get right into it. As usual, we're going to start off with the minifigures, specifically the villain minifigures, and as the set description said, I gave this set one fire snake. We've talked enough about how I feel about us getting fire snakes again. I'm very 50-50 on that. But I gave this a silver, metallic, and fire look to kind of make it look like a furnace, kind of like the fires popping out of the metal instead of the mummy look that the pyro snakes originally had from Season 11. I can't wait to see if these are actually pyro snakes or another tribe of fire snakes. Wouldn't that be funny if we had two tribes of fire snakes again? So here is Lloyd, the good guy, and he's actually a super interesting story because you see dark blue on him. And when's the last time you saw dark blue on a Lloyd? So Lloyd's car is going to be using similar color schemes. It's a very unusual color scheme, but Lloyd's legendary dragon, that seems to have dark blue in it, and that kind of inspired me to start using dark blue in Lloyd's color scheme. And it seems to work pretty well. It looks more evil than good, but you know, it's very different. So let's get right into the side builds and then finally the car. This is my one side build for the set, and it's a bike for the fire snake or pyro snake, whatever we're calling that. So he can sit right here, right tight. I only have two studs here, that way his legs don't pop off when I take him back out. Let me try to put the handlebar on him. There we go. So we have some very comical exhausts here. These are huge. I thought that would be funny. The back is probably my favorite part because he has the tail light and that looks very clean. And then this is the front. It uses very little pieces, and I kind of use the gear pieces so that it looks like it can chop up the road. Alright, so Lloyd's EVO racing car, Nightcrawler 2.0. It's a very interesting story because I'm using a lot of dark blue here. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of that, and there's green and lime green and gray, so it was definitely really hard to pull off. It's one of the builds where it never looked good until the final stages, but it's supposed to match Lloyd's suit or vice versa. This suit is supposed to match Lloyd's car, and it definitely looks pretty good. It's supposed to be the color scheme for Lloyd's legendary dragon set, and I'm definitely pretty curious to how that turns out. Now there is one main feature, I guess you could kind of count this as a feature where you can pop these out. There's also a seating section. Let me show you how that works. So I'm gonna have to take Lloyd's weapon out first. Do that. And then he can just comfortably sit in there. And he can grab those joysticks too. I just don't feel like posing his arms. I don't know why he has two joysticks. Maybe, you know, he can control the blasters with that. I just like putting those in. And that goes in very nicely. He can sit in there very comfortably. This is some engine detailing in the front. Now let me show you the main feature. So right now you don't see any type of firepower, and that's kind of odd, especially against a giant bike like this. But what's gonna happen is, you see some spring-loaded missiles here. We're gonna pop that up. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now we have missiles, but guess what? If I turn this car around, we can also pull a buggy out. So let me show you how that works again. So there's a pin right here. This is actually another set. It's called Lloyd's Quad. It's a polybag. I like that polybag a lot. So I'm gonna put this back in, and you flip this down. Okay, so take this out and roll the buggy out just like that. So that works perfect, and Lloyd can, you know, get out and use this buggy as a quick escape in case this bike is a little too powerful for him, because it has a lot of fire and it's gonna be able to bump into him a lot. This car rolls pretty well, and then this is how the back looks like for the most part. You got two clips to put stuff there, tail lights, and then more green detail. I had to put green where I could, or else this is gonna look like a J vehicle real fast. And that is all for the car. It turned out a lot better than I initially imagined. I thought it would be a mess with this color scheme. But now let's get on to the final thoughts. In the end, I'm really happy with how a lot of this turned out. While this thing might not look the best, it's really fun to roll around, and that's the job of a side build. I was able to incorporate this little quad. There's a good feature here. And while this card took a lot just to make look good, I mean, I was done with the basic shape for a long time. It was just the matter of actually making this color scheme work and not look like I just slapped on a bunch of pieces. That took a while, but it actually looks good. And I can't wait to see a whole dragon in 2022 based off of this color scheme. This proves that it looks really nice, looks really different, and it can work super well. I had to use a lot of black to ground it though. I think black is the key to making this look good. Thank you for watching a video creating Lloyd's EVO racing car. Comment down below what you think about the color scheme, just generally everything. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.